This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Annie Hepburn, who is the event lead for the upcoming Relay for Life. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Nancy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And how many years have you been involved in Relay for Life?
It's been about 18 years.
So how many millions of dollars do you think you've raised during that time?
Oh, probably not millions, but I would say probably about 20,000 with our team.
With your team?
Yeah, but I mean, as a relay, we've raised lots of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for research. Yes.
And of course, because when you first started making plans, you weren't sure what was happening with COVID, and we're still not sure. So it's a different event. So fill me in and tell me how this event will work this year.
So it's virtual again this year, but we are able to get together a little bit more than we were last year. So a few things, we moved it out to Connie's Cafe from 6 to 8 p.m. on Saturday, August 14th. We will have survivor bags for all survivors, so we encourage everybody who's a survivor to come out to Connie's, get their goodie bag. We will have a bake sale to also raise money on site. And also, Connie's Cafe has a beautiful garden of dreams that people can walk through. So it's beautiful. It's just a time to kind of be calm and peaceful and walk through there. So we aren't doing luminarias just because it's daylight at that time, but people can purchase a virtual slide for a slideshow.
Ooh.
Yeah, which, you know, it's kind of a different touch, but for
Good
$10,
idea.
you know, and they can put a picture on there, just put a saying on there, whatever they want to say on the slide. They need to just email that to one of the team captains, and we will get that into that virtual slideshow that will be shared on Facebook.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, and Connie's Cafe is, and Connie and her husband Gary and their whole staff and Connie's Angels have always been a long-time supporter of Relay for Life.
Absolutely, they're our top earner in the relay. We, you know, right now we have probably about 8 teams, but they continue to support the Relay for Life because Connie had a rare disease, and without the American Cancer Society, you know, some of her treatments probably could not have been completed.
Right, and that's the good thing about the American Cancer Society. They're out there for education, research, and lots of different things to help people who have been touched by cancer.
Absolutely, and a lot of people wonder, you know, with the Relay for Life, what is the importance of that? Because we do have things locally in Alpena, which is phenomenal. We are very grateful for that. But if you have a rare cancer that needs, you know, another treatment or treatments further away, that's where the American Cancer Society comes in to play for the research and all of those treatments. So it's important that we continue to support that, because without them, I mean, hopefully we're all in this to find a cure for cancer.
Yes.
We want cancer gone, all of us. And so we really do need to support the American Cancer Society as well.
So this still is a team event.
Yes.
So teams are out there raising money.
Absolutely, and our goal this year is $75,000, and at this point we're at the almost $25,000. So
amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's different times, but the importance is still there. To participate, if anybody wants to, they can go to www.relayforlife.org/
Not if they want to. They are going to.
Yes, please go to relayforlife.org/NEMI. Because that is for the Northeast Michigan Relay.
Okay, so will there be any other events happening out at Connie's Cafe during that time?
Not during that time. I know August 5th they are doing their putt-putt event, their big fundraiser for the relay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so give me some more information about Relay for Life.
So Saturday, August 14th.
Okay.
From 6 to 8 p.m. at Connie's Cafe in Osneek.
Okay.
We will be having a bake sale. They can walk through the Garden of Dreams.
Okay.
Survivors, please come and we'll give you a goodie bag, and we want to recognize them. I mean, it's important to be a survivor, but we also want to recognize those we have lost. So that's where the slideshow will come in. If people want to put a slide on the slideshow, they can also just email me and I will get it to Kristen. That's ajhepburn@yahoo.com. So if you-
ajhepburn@yahoo.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Or give me a call at 989-884-4389, and I'll guide them where to go.
Well, you know, and I'm very excited about this event. Even though it's a virtual event, at least you got a little bit of face-to-face time coming up there, and I'm so glad that Connie's Cafe is going to allow everyone to come there, because the feeling of knowing you're not alone and being with others who share your common goal is pretty awesome, and it's wonderful to feel it in person.
And we don't want the Relay for Life to go away.
No.
I mean, so even though we're doing things differently, we still want it out there. We still want to support them and raise funds for the research and all those things that we need to find a cure.
So once more, give you a call any team captain. I know there's tons of teams out there. Pick up a packet, start raising money, do some fun fundraisers to get money to turn over, and maybe you can beat Connie's Angels.
Maybe, that would be great.
That would be. All right, so I'm going to ask you to put your Alpena Senior Center hat on for 1 minute.
Okay.
So you're open.
We are. We opened on July 6th, and actually in August we'll be full on open. So we started a little bit slow. We brought lunch back only, and then we brought card playing back.
Oh boy.
Yep, they were excited.
I bet they were.
We brought the quilters back, and in August we will be bringing back our exercise program and bingo and all the programs.
So what's the best way for people to get a schedule?
They can stop by the Senior Center, come on in, or give us a call, 356-3585. We also have a Facebook page as well.
And the congregate meals are just at noon right now.
Yes, and we are also offering drive-through. So if they don't want to come in yet, we still have the okay to do the drive-through. Now that could probably go away down the road, just because that is with specific guidelines. But right now we are still able to offer it. So we are doing the takeouts as well as in person.
And the Meals on Wheels has never gone away, correct?
No, and our in-home services has never stopped. So really what stopped through the whole pandemic was just people could not come into our center. But we've been doing a lot of Zoom programs. Our exercise will continue.
It's amazing.
On Zoom as well as in person. We've been doing book clubs, yoga, or meditation. So all of those will continue, because we have people, professors from University of Michigan Flint, that are doing that book club with us with their students. So that will never go away.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
And you know, if there's a good thing that happened with COVID, it's all the people that had to become innovative, think outside the box, and change things. And I know some agencies that I've interviewed recently like the way they change things, and they're going to keep them that way because they're so successful and you know, work better. So they'll continue some of those services.
Yes, and I mean, I think, like you said, we had to look outside of the box, and now we've reached out to University of Michigan Flint, and we have that access to their professionalism, their knowledge and resources. So it's just like, yes, we're going to continue those programs. So
thank you so much for being here, Annie, and I look forward to hearing about the tremendous success of Relay for Life.
Thanks for having me.
I'll be right back with Huron Humane Society following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guest today is Cindy Johnson from Huron Humane Society. Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being here. And I just got to say, the flowers at the Humane Society, those hollyhocks, are outstanding. I tried to break one off, and you must have foolproof them, because I couldn't break one off. They are so gorgeous.
They are gorgeous, just simply gorgeous. I tried last year to, you know, from the seeds to drop seeds, only 2 took. So I moved them to the bigger garden. So next year they'll be even more.
Well, the color, that scarlet color, is so beautiful, and they're so tall. Mine are just barely coming out of the ground, and yours are almost done.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
They are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
So what else is happening at Huron Humane Society?
Kittens, kittens, kittens.
Yes.
Kittens, kittens, yeah. Kitten season's still being brutal to us. We're working on our waiting list. We called in more yesterday, because as we adopt them out, we call in more. If anyone's on the waiting list, please be patient. We're working through it as fast as we can. If anyone wants to volunteer and help us with kittens or cleaning or anything, come and see us. We have a spot for you.
And I just, on a personal note, having been hanging around there recently, you know, when kittens come in and the mother's malnourished and there's so many things, and you lose babies, you lose
we do.
babies, and that's so heartbreaking for you and your entire staff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you try everything, the vets try everything, and sometimes you just can't save them.
Yeah, and it is the downside of rescue that a lot of people don't see. We work really, really hard to save as many as we can, and as hard as we work to do that, and as vigilant as we are, kittens are fragile. I mean, they're tough as nails, but they're fragile. And if we can't get them over a hump, you know, we do lose a few. It's heartbreaking.
It
Yeah.
is. And you know, please spay and neuter your pets. I mean, there's no reason for these atrocities to happen. When I see the condition that some of your rescues are in, it makes me so sad. How can someone have a kitten and let it go outside and not take care of it and not be responsible for it? How horrible.
It is horrible. And I would like to say too, because this has happened a couple of times just in the last week, if you have kittens and you really can't take care of them, and even though we have a waiting list and people are patiently waiting their turn, please don't drop them off in a box or in a
Yes.
closed container. Knock on our door, we'll take them. If we have to put up a pop-up kennel, we'll take them. But somebody left a kitten between our door. We rushed it to the vet. They didn't think we could save it. We did. His name is Shrimp, and he is thriving. But it doesn't help when they arrive in a box that's taped closed, in a poor condition anyway. Please knock on our door.
Yes.
Knock on the door.
You know, with the heat and with the cold and with the rain and the damp, I mean, that's terrible.
And kittens can't regulate their body temperature. They just simply can't. So when they get cold, if they get cold, they can't bring up their temperature by themselves. And if they get cold, they can't eat. And they spiral. So it's crucial. If you have kittens that are in dire needs, knock on our door.
Okay, you don't currently have any dogs.
We do have a puppy.
You do have a puppy.
We do have a puppy. He's about a 3-month-old hound mix. He's a really sweet little
Oh boy,
guy.
he won't last long.
He won't. We do have a few applications for him, but we're taking apps for a little bit, and then we'll do Best Fit for him. He's never had any, training anyone to spend much time with him, so we are kind of working on that. We have him, so he sits, but he is a puppy. All puppies have lots of energy.
Oh yes, they do.
Yes, they do. So he's adorable too.
All right, so are you going to, now you did a Bissell Clear the Shelter event. Are going to have other events coming up?
We are participating. We're going to start partnering with the farmers market. So we're going to start appearing there on most market days, especially on the weekend. You'll see us with kittens. Like this week, we will be at the farmers market with kittens and participating in their antique sale. But we plan to do a regular farmers market.
Good.
Yeah.
And what about meet and greets?
Meet and greets. People are slow to get back to meet and greets with COVID, but we still have two places. Enjoy Salon and John Knapp participate still, and they have never stopped participating in meet and greets. So we thank them. If there's anyone out there that would like, and we do meet and greets on Monday. The cat or dog is dropped off about by 11 o'clock in the morning and picked up by about 3:30. Gets them out of the shelter. It helps to socialize. Yeah, and it's a treat for it is an absolute treat for the animals to be able to just roam and romp and be animals.
And you know, thinking about the kittens that are there, they are so playful and so adorable. And if someone, you know, really loves cats and kittens but aren't able to have one for various reasons, you know, what a great opportunity to come in and play with those kittens. I mean, oh my goodness gracious, they go crazy over you.
They do.
I hate to even go there because I can hear them say, pick me, pick me.
They
That's
do.
what they're saying, I know it.
They do that.
You know, and just stop by and play with some kittens, socialize them, and it just makes them so much easier to adopt if they're used to people and being around people.
There's no doubt about that.
Okay, and fundraising, you know, what's happening with that?
Fundraising, we're still doing our bottle drive. That'll be an ongoing. We are in the discussions about, you know, with COVID and the restrictions lifted and stuff. We will probably do a big fall fundraiser.
Good.
So, you know, we've just started the discussions about that. So we're not sure what direction we're going to take that yet. But that will be coming up along with you know, mailings and stuff that we
Right.
normally do.
And you don't have to wait. You can stop by and drop off a donation, drop off cat litter, drop off wet cat food, drop off bleach, fabric softener sheets, laundry soap, anything pretty much that you use at home.
Yes.
When I was there a week or so ago, someone dropped off a huge bag of blankets that they had for their dog and towels, and
Yep.
wow, what a great donation. Then you can get rid of some of the rattier ones.
Some of the rattier ones, and then sometimes you have animals that, you know, get diarrhea and stuff.
Right.
We just wrap those up and
Ditch
toss
'em.
them. Yeah, we don't, because we don't want to cross-contaminate
Right.
the dirty laundry with that stuff. So, so we always use all of that stuff that people give us, the towels and the blankets and all of that. Yep.
So the best way to contact is to go on your Facebook page or on your website.
Website here on Humane Society Inc.org
Okay.
has all of the available animals listed. If you hear that we have animals and they're not up there, it sometimes takes us a day or two by the time we get them in and do intake and then get to the computer to get all the information in. But if you hear that we have it, we probably do. But it takes a day or two to get them up. But as soon as we put their information in the computer system, they go live. So.
Okay. All right, well, we're almost out of time. We'll look forward to hearing the details about your fall fundraiser when it's up and ready, and just ask people out there just to please keep contributing, because you don't get any funds from anyone. So it's a self-sustaining shelter, and it's a no-kill shelter.
Yes, we are. Yes.
And if you're looking for a cat or a kitten, we've got them.
We've got them. There is no doubt.
And phone number, Cindy?
Phone number to the shelter is 356-4794.
Okay. Well, thank you for you and your staff. Like I said, when I go in there, it's so clean and neat and tidy, and makes me feel happy that that's a part of our community.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College. Pleased to have as our guest this morning Dr. Nick Breggy, facilities director at ACC. Welcome, Nick.
Good morning, Don. How are you?
Good. Nick, you've had your hands full for, well, as long as I've known you, but particularly with our Van Leer Hall project, which is nearing completion. I couldn't be happier with how it's taking shape. Where are we?
Yeah, things are getting put back together. We're really in the final stages of the project. It's been a long time coming. We've been in construction now for a couple of years, but it was a phased project. You know, we had occupants in the building during the whole construction phase, so we had to move some people temporarily so we could complete this second phase of construction. And all of the systems are in place, all the mechanical systems, plumbing systems, fire suppression. That's all been done, and now ceiling tiles are going in and flooring is going in. Paint is getting done, you know, all the cosmetic stuff to really wrap up the interior of the project.
The innards of the building, which you referenced, the HVAC, the sprinkling, the electrical, all of that was a big piece of the project, and kind of an unsexy part, but a necessary, absolutely necessary upgrade. And now we're kind of past that, and we're putting the final pieces in place.
Yeah, a lot of those systems, so much of the building really hadn't been touched since the original construction in 1957. The heating system being, you know, one of the big ones that really needed an upgrade, both from an occupant comfort standpoint as well as energy efficiency standpoint. So now moving forward, we'll have air conditioning throughout the building, which we never had, and a hot water boiler system as opposed to the original steam system that was in there. The same goes for some of the exterior systems, like the masonry hadn't really been touched since 1957, and our masonry restoration crew is wrapping up this morning with the final stages of tuck pointing and replacing any cracked brick. So it'll be like a brand new building.
It will.
As close as it can be.
Well, it's a brand new building that we can afford. I've had people ask me, is the building going to be the same shade it is, the same color? And the answer to that is
no.
Yes.
We've got a concrete stain product. It's specially formulated for vertical concrete surfaces, and it's different than a paint, where a paint could peel over time. This actually penetrates into the concrete and bonds to it more permanently, but it'll end up being a more dark gray color. you know, kind of representing our school colors a little
Yeah.
bit in the color scheme. We've got some reddish burgundy siding going up right now near the front entrance, and then this gray stain that goes on the brick of the building, on the concrete masonry units. So
Not a lot different than the shade of that couch.
right, yeah, a little bit lighter, but yeah, it's a
Yeah.
darker shade of gray.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll look great.
Yeah, much cleaner.
Yeah. You know, when the building was built, I mean, the split-face product has been a wonderful siding, but over what, almost 60 or 70 years, it's faded out due to the sun, and it gets stained, and it can be unappealing, or it is unappealing. This, I think, will really sharpen it up.
Absolutely.
And folks who have seen it from the outside love the windows, and I do too. Makes the building appear less squat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original design when the building was constructed had the windows going from the sill all the way up to the roof line, and then somewhere in the mid 90s that was all kind of brought down for energy efficiency, so the windows got shorter and a different panel was put above the windows. But now that they're opened back up to the roof line, it kind of restores that original architectural appeal on the outside.
It does. And as people walk in the front or approach the front of the building, it will look different. And then as they walk in the foyer or the lobby, it will look a lot different.
Yeah, there's some really cool things happening when you walk through that lobby. There's the flooring, new ceramic tile flooring in the lobby area, and a wood slat ceiling has kind of a cool feature to it. It's tipped at an angle with a ring, with a large 6-foot diameter ring light fixture that hangs over, and then above that, so through the slats, there's a clear story of glass. So it brings in a lot of natural light and
Yes.
really opens up the space. And then as you look beyond the lobby, into the hallway, there's some decorative features on the flooring. There's a compass going in the middle of the hallway, and then you'll pass through that hallway area and into the student center, where there's it's much more open now, with glass from about the floor level to about 21 feet in the air. So brings in a lot of natural light, really takes advantage of that riverfront view on the back of Van Laer Hall. A beautiful piece of property that was a little lost before we opened up those windows. And
Yeah, I think people, I mean, everyone knows the river's back there, but you couldn't really see it from the building, and now you can. And I think people, myself included, look at that and say, wow, what a gorgeous piece of property, and how lucky we were to have that donated to us by Jesse Besser, for sure. And then the wing angling toward Besser Company will have the nursing program in it. This has been a big programmatic piece of the job.
yeah, and we're ready to hold classes and labs there in the fall. So at the end of next month, you know, only a few short weeks away, we're going to have to move people out of that area
Yeah.
back home so that the nurses can come over from across the street and begin utilizing that space.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire, but I think people will be really interested in the technology that's going to inhabit that space. I know the nurses and the nursing faculty and the nursing director are. Mannequins and an atomage table potentially could be sited there. And I want to jump to one last topic. We have about a minute left. You're also involved in doing or leading the resurfacing of our floor in Park Arena.
Yeah, that's a pretty substantial project. A complete sand down to the original maple wood. Of course, this hasn't been done since the building was built in 1996, but taking all of the paint down, you know, taking it down to the bare wood and then repainting it, giving it a fresh new look, and restoring the surface. We had a few areas that were damaged from moisture over the past 25 years, so those needed to be repaired, which really drove this whole process to get started. But yeah, we're about in the middle of that resurfacing right now, so it's going to look great when it's done, though.
It will look great. And thank you for monitoring all these details. I mean, we talk a lot, and the amount of detail work you have to be on top of is enormous. We appreciate it, what you do for the college.
Thank you.
And thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.